president of Somalia has condemned the attack of the Westgate Mall. Hassan Mahmoud was speaking at the UN General Assembly in New York. He also called for AMISOM, the African military force fighting al-Shabaab inside Somalia, to be expanded to deal with the threat of armed groups.
The battle to fight against Al-Qaeda and its offshoots like Al-Shabaab in the Horn of Africa is far from over. Al-Shabaab is indeed a national threat, but its consequences have negative impact to the region and the entire world, not just for Somalia alone.
Okay, to discuss the speech in more detail, I'm joined from Washington by Mohamed Hassan. He's founder and president of the Somali-American Peace Council. Thanks so much for joining us on this news hour. Somalia's president there was saying that the fight with al-Shabaab is, quote, far from over. What is the status of the group in Somalia? How strong are they?
Well, they're not very strong because luckily the population of Somalia are denouncing their acts. What they're doing is un-Islamic, it's not in our tradition, and it's something against humanity. So nobody's supporting this group. And I think the solution would have been, as the president said, the help that we can get from international. But the most important part is we have to build a Somali security, both military and the police force, because people can come and help you, but you have to yourself stand up and take care of your country. The problem of Somalia is like any other country. We went through civil war. We need to have real, genuine peace reconciliation, come together, and even welcoming them, anybody we can take off from this terrorist group. And what they did, we are denouncing it and we are apologizing. Anybody, our condolences, who lost either family member, we are very sorry, because Kenya was the first country or one of the best countries who welcomed our refugees, and they're still there. And I hope there will not be a backlash to the Somalis who live there. And actually there are Somali Kenyans. NFD is used to be part of Somalia, which is part of Kenya.
Yes, indeed. You just spoke there about the people helping Somalia, the other countries. Of course, there is the group AMISOM. I just want you to stay there while we tell our viewers a little bit about that group. Well, the 17,000 strong force fighting al-Shabaab in its heartland is the African Union Mission in Somalia, or AMISOM. Uganda provides the most troops, more than 6,000. More than 5,000 are from Burundi. Kenya supplies 4,600. Djibouti nearly 1,000. And Sierra Leone 850. Now, Uganda's defense chief has recently said that AMISOM is overstretched. But after what happened in Kenya, how likely is it that African countries will actually start committing more troops and, of course, more weapons?
Well, I hear the president's speech. He also encouraged at least to put more. That is a short-term goal, but we really need a long-term goal. The solution of Somalia is the Somalis themselves. We used to be, Somalia, the first democratic country in Africa. Our first president was the George Washington of Africa, Aden Abdullah Osman. He lost one vote for re-election through the parliament. He congratulated, never talk about politics. We have to teach our people our history. We have a great people. Everything is great in Somalia. We have one bad thing, which is called tribalism. Our religious people have to educate the people and stop this nonsense. It's a cancer. All the beauty thing of Somalia, that little small one drop, destroys it. We need to leave that area, come out, all Somalis all over the world, come together, forgive each other, and we'll be one united Somalia. But we really need the world. Last time we were in a conference at the Wilson Center here in Washington, that the Undersecretary of Africa said $750 million has been spent on Amazon. We appreciate that. But if we spend some fraction of that to really train Somalis, that would be the real solution for Somalia.
So you're saying you don't agree with the Somali president and others that have said that the answer to fighting al-Shabaab is to booster the AMISOM force. You think that Somalia can do it by itself?
Well, the president is right in the short term, but everything in life has a short-term and long-term goal. Our long-term goal is to train Somalis in Somalia and take care of themselves. People can help you. People, even God helps those helps by themselves. The Somalis abroad have a lot of force, money, and education. The president has to outreach those educated in the West and work with them. We have to sacrifice. The country gave us a lot. Somalia, when I was growing up, was such #1 peaceful nation in the world. We're welcoming anybody who's foreigner. We have free education, free health insurance, even university level. We used to get support from the EU or European Union through the Italians. Everything was free. It's time for us to go back and help that country. And I'm glad a lot of the diaspora are going back. Our organization is in the process of bending into 501c. We're trying to go back and use sports as a vehicle for peace and reconciliation. We want to go back to Somalia, all of us, and help the country.
Okay, Mohamed Ali Hassan, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much.
So basically, you know,